programming and all. Here, yeah. So we discussed about how we can use dynamic list, nested list tables, how to create them and present them, some complex data. So now in the non-primitive types, we have another important regular expression type, regular expression. Already we learned how to build regular expressions. Example also I showed you. So no need to again show that. We will use in later examples. Already I told you string functions. In string functions, I told you match. And when we discussed about this match, I told you how to write regular expressions. Example already I showed you. Example. Regular expressions are enclosed in 2/. So // and regular expression comprises of meta characters and quantifiers, quantity. So like this we write regular expression. How to verify our value is matching with regular expression or not? So where, that is the expression, our value is matching with regular expression or not. For that we have to use dot match method, match with the expression. And if it is matching with the expression, then it can perform certain functionality. We can handle it. That is regular expression, how we can deal with the regular expressions. So already we saw example. In string match method, I showed you how to write regular expression. Next, in the data types, another important is date type. In the data types, how to handle the dates, it is important. Actually, so when you are presenting some data, for example, so let's see date.html. Okay. Here we are presenting some data function, and in that we have some variables. So we have like name, it is a string type, and we have a price, that is a number type, and we have a so manufactured MFD, it is a date. Now how to store the date values, how we can handle the date values? You cannot write in double quotes, it becomes a string. For example, if I write like that, like some 2302 and 2021, that is manufactured date. It looks like date, but you cannot manipulate this date. Why manipulating date means I want to get the weekday, I want to get the month name, I want to get the year number, I want to modify that dynamically. Then you cannot handle this because that is just a string. It's not correct date. You cannot do any date related manipulations on that. So then how to store the dates? How we can configure the dates? In JavaScript, dates are handled by using a date object. Actually, by using a date object, we handle the date. So this generally date is an object. Date is an object. This date object is we call it as a built-in object. Built-in object. Built-in object provided by, built-in means ready-made designed. That built-in object provided by JavaScript. Now, what we have to do is this object contains so many properties and methods. It contains so many properties and methods. Those properties and methods we have to load into memory. To load into memory, so we use new date and a constructor. Just like new array constructor, all array methods are loaded. Similarly, date related all methods are loaded into memory by using a date constructor. So in order to store a date in memory, you have to allocate memory date type. Date type memory we can allocate by using the date constructor, new date. So here we have to remove this string and we need to define new date, that is the date constructor. So what this date constructor will do is it will load the current date into memory by default. By default, it will load the current date into memory. Current date and time are loaded into memory. That is what this function can do. So see now when I print document.write, I'm printing name is equal to the name, and in the next line, so the price is equal to the price. So and in the next line, so manufactured is equal to, so the manufactured, so manufactured. So when we are next line BR, yeah. So when we are printing this, manufactured contains the date. You can see that the date is printed here. You can see the date is printed here. So by default, the current date will be displayed. By default, current date and time will be displayed. You can see the current date and time is displayed by default. By default, it shows it. Now, if I want to change this, I want to put some new date. And very important is whenever you want to put your own date, that date must be inside the date constructor in a string form. Directly, we should not write a string. Insert date constructor string. And that string also have some standards. Standards like it must be entered in year, month, day format. Year, month, day. Now, why it is a standard format? Because majority of browsers support only this format. If you use any another format, some browsers may understand, some browsers may not understand. But year, month, day format, it is the standard format understandable to every browser. So always use this format. You cannot change this format. You can change the display format, not the input format. That means generally users, they will not enter date. They will only select date. We will give a date picker. They will select the date. When they select the date in the background, the date is stored like this. In the date background, it is stored like this. You cannot change this format. It is not changed. It is a standard. The display format can be changed. Display format means how you want to show it, that you can change. How you want to take it, you cannot change it. This is the standard format. So for example, see, I given this and you can see that it shows that particular format, Monday, February 22, 2021. So February 22, 2021, and sometime it is showing. Here, important is, suppose I am writing like this. So like, so 20, 21, 21, 03, and 2021. I'm writing like this. So, and when I write like this, refresh, you can see it says invalid date. Invalid date. It is not accepting the date format. It is not accepting the date format. And suppose I return like 03 month 21 day year, and you can refresh here, you can see it is showing it. So some formats it will support, some formats it will not support. That is the reason we should not take any risk. Year month day is supported everywhere. That is the reason better always give year month day format only, no other formats. So year month day, the format we have defined that, and it will take that format there and display. Now important is how to present the date, how to handle the dates dynamically, because the date which is presented is not in a user friendly, understandable, because unnecessary so many things are coming. Then how to present the date in a correct format? To present the date in a correct format, so date object provides several properties and methods. So date properties and methods, that means date related methods. Date related methods we have like get hours, we have get minutes. These are all methods. So we have get minutes, we have like get seconds, we have like get milliseconds, so we have like get day, we have get date, get months, so get year, get full year. All these are options. Not only get, you can set hours, we can set minutes, we can set seconds. So we can not set milliseconds, so set milliseconds also there. So but it will change whenever you change milliseconds. And we have set set day. So we have like set date, we have set date. So we have like set month. Set day is not supported. Why? Because that is weekday. Weekday will change according to the date. Set month and set year. So set year. All these options are for setting the value. Set the values. Actually, all these will return number. Then one more problem is that day means it will return weekday number. Weekday number 0 is Sunday. 0 starts with Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that starts with 0 with Sunday. Month also will return month number. That means 0 starts with January. In that case, presenting date will be a little bit a confusion. So because they all written number only, then we have to use some techniques for presenting. So for example, so here you can see we have ready-made options also. To local date string. We have like two local time string, like this we can use. So actually, so to present it in a correct way, you can directly use MFD dot to local date string. To local date string, you can see that it is converted into a short format like this. It is converted into a short format. But we don't need like this. We want like weekday, month, name, and all. In that case, we have to learn how to present in our own style. Then we can use all those functions. For example, see, I am removing all these details and I want to present only manufactured. Okay. And you see, I'm writing manufactured. So it is going to present the detail in this way, only manufactured in this way. So if I want separately print all the details, so let's do that. Here I am writing manufactured, so manufactured uh, date, manufactured date. So manufactured date, how we can get the manufactured date? So we have to use mfd dot get date. I'm accessing get date. Okay. Next line. So yeah, let's keep multiple lines here. All that, yeah, that is manufactured date. Next, manufactured month, day is weekday. So we need to access that mfd dot get day. We have to use get day. In the next line, okay, in the next line, we want to print manufactured. Another option is date, month. So manufactured month. So manufactured dot get month. We have to use manufactured get month. Next option, we need manufactured. So year is equal to, so I defined manufactured dot get full year. But observe here, when you are presenting this, so they are not satisfying in the presentation, because you see all are numbers only. Date 20th, okay, that's good. Manufactured day is 6, that is weekday, so 0 it will start. And manufactured month is 2, but actually we given March, that is 2, because it starts with 0 again, but it is returning a number. So the point here is how we can present in a correct way. Dates always written only these numbers only. Then to present in a correct way, we have to use the techniques that we learned up to now. For example, what the techniques we learned? Suppose I want to present the weekday, this weekday in a words. I want to present in words. Then we will create weekdays array. In that we will say Sunday. So and Monday, like this. So like Tuesday, like Wednesday. So like Wednesday, like Thursday. So Friday. So Thursday. Okay. And Friday. So like this. We are adding the options. And Saturday, like this. Saturday. Like this we define. Now similarly, so we have to create an array of months array. So January, so then February, so then March, so like this, and say April, so May, June, like this. So we have to define up to end, we have to write July, August, September, October, like that. So you have to fill up all of them until December. Now see what happens is this manufactured day is returning weekday number. What we will do is we will send that weekday number into weekdays array. We will send the weekday number. Weekdays array, we will send the weekday number. Into months array, we will send the month number. So, and you can see that it is going to display them correctly. So it is going to display that correctly. So that's good. So you cannot by default display. You have to design everything. You need to configure everything. You need to design everything manually and present it. In which order you want to present, that's your wish. I am presenting like this. You can present in the way that you want. For example, see, what we can do now. Suppose first I want to print the date. Then I will write here. So I want to print the date. Then first I will write here MFD and MFD dot get date. Get date means it will get the date number. Gate number is 20. So, and before that date, I want the weekday. Then I will use here. So I will use here weekdays. Weekdays of manufactured dot get day. Get day. Weekday. So weekday. That is the weekday. That means 17. Yeah. So that is weekday. After that, I will put a comma. So that means you see currently it is displaying like this, Saturday 20. Or I want to say I will remove this and keep left side, so right side, and this will be like 20 Saturday. So 20 Saturday and month. So I want to display month. You can put any symbols, hyphen. So like months is an array, months array. Into that, so a manufactured dot get months, get month. It will get the month name, and that is the month name. 20 Saturday, March, and I will put space. And here we will put manufactured dot get full year. So, and it will get that full year and display like this. That's our wish, how you want to display the style. But for that, we need to use these functions. You can dynamically change that. So you can add a new date into it. You can modify the date. For example, you can use the set methods. So we can access MFD dot set. We can use set date. Set date. Date was 20. Now I will change the date, set date to some 18. And automatically you can see now only the date changes to 18, then it will be Thursday, March 2021. I want to change the month. So then I will use here manufactured.set month. Set month. I will use the month as 3, because it starts with 0. It will be like now 4th month, that is April 2021. It will change the weekday automatically according to what you have defined. The date weekdays will change. So we need to configure the dates in this way. We need to define the dates in this way and display the date, work with the date and specify that. Generally, working with the date and configuring with the date is important. So later you have to handle these date values very much while working with various contents. So when date comes, we need to know how to present the dates. So how we can set the dates, how we can handle them, set year, set month, set date. Now, based on this, lot of interactions are handled actually. So lot of interactions. For example, you see whenever you open any website, whenever you open the website like Facebook or Twitter or any website, so it will show you the salutation in the home screen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It will change according to the time, It can display different contents and it can change according to the time, date. It can display different values. It can display the time ticking continuously. For that, some techniques we have to learn. For example, I want to show the salutation. Salutation means, so if it is morning, good afternoon, like that, we want to show some salutation. So here, where name is equal to prompt, we will say enter your name. Enter your name. That is the salutation, the name we have given. And where now is equal to, so any reference name is equal to new date. We will get the current date and time. And we will write a simple condition. So here we will write a condition. If now dot get hours, it will get the hour number. It will get the hour number. Get hours is equal to, So now dot get hours is greater than or equal to 12 is greater than or equal to 12, or suppose it's a greater than or equal to 0. So it is greater than or equal to 0, 0. So that means greater than or equal to 0, 0 and double ampersand, and now dot get hours is month is less than or equal to greater than or equal to less than or equal to. So less than or equal to some other value. So less than or equal to some 12. If it is 0 to 12, then we need to display document dot write. We need to display here. So hello, and the name, whatever the name you entered. So hello name, and we need to display good morning. Like this, we need to display. We can keep images, you can keep some text string, anything we want to display. Now else if another condition. So now dot get hours greater than 12 greater than 12. So that means it is greater than 12 and double ampersand, and now dot get hours is less than or equal to suppose 15, so or 17, something like this, 17. So then 17, and here we will just put an option document dot write. So here I will put a message hello, and that username. So whatever the username is there, here we will display. So good afternoon, like this I define. And another condition, so else if same, we have to write lot of condition. Now dot get hours greater than 17, greater than 17, and now dot get hours is less than or equal to 23, then document dot write. So here we need to display hello, and whatever the name and we need to display good night, something like this. So we need these values to display. And whenever I start this page, according to the time, so enter name, so some name is entered, so and click OK, and it says good morning. Suppose we change our system time, you can change your system time. Suppose I'm changing the system time, so adjust date and time. Okay, after changing set automatically, I need to change, then only I can change manually the time. And suppose I changed this time, so to some 14:57, change 14:57. Here we need to, after changing the time, we have to refresh the reload the page actually. Suppose I said some David and say okay, and it is still showing good morning because I need to reload this page, because when system changes, time changes, we need to reload the page. So launch the page because I changed my system time actually, and that is to just verify. So you need to reload the page. So reload this page. Okay. Now when I'm reloading the page, so if it is changed to 14 and I entered some name, and say okay, then it says good afternoon. Good afternoon. That means the salutation will change according to the time present on your machine. So here I am again adjusting the time here, change. I will change it to again that is 7. You can change evening and all these options. Again, I set it to automatic. Now again my time changed to the morning, and when I open this page and some user enters and say okay, then it says good morning again. Depending on the system time, it is going to display that and show. For that, we need to write the logic. So we need to configure the logic in this way. How we can configure and define the logic for handling the date. That is the logic for handling the date. And in many websites, generally what we have to do is, one more point is, we need to show the clock. That means we need to display the time regularly changing. So what is the current time? We need to display the clock. Then here one more problem will come, how we can display the clock and how we can define the clock generally. So this salutation we will display inside the toolbars somewhere in the home screen we can display. So currently I'm just using document, right? You can put in a div or a heading anywhere, you can display that. Now, suppose usually in regular websites, you will see the time displayed. For example, suppose let's create doc type HTML head and title, so time, and in the body section, suppose we have a heading. Just roughly, I defined heading ID as some clock. Okay, and align to center. Now I want on body load, on load is equal to body load. On body load, we need to display the date, time. On body load, we need to display the time. So how you can configure the times and how you can define the time. So to configure the time, so I'm writing a script, and first I will write a function. So get time. Get time. So we will write like get current time. Get current time is the function. So var now is equal to new date, that will load the date and time. Now after that, we need to access that heading and display the time. Document get element by ID. Heading is clock. Into the clock inner HTML, we are displaying now dot. So get local time. So we will say to local time string. To local time string will display only time. You can put separately hours, minutes, seconds, your wish. Get hours, get minutes are there. To local time will return the time. In a short format, it will display the time. Now, so this is the function, and we need function body load. On body load, we need to call get current time function. But you observe here, when we call that get current time function, you can see here, it will display the time. But time is not ticking. It is not ticking. It is just displaying the time. It is not ticking. Why? Because when at the time when you loaded this page, what date time is present, it will capture it and it will display. We want this to change every second. I want this to tick, change. So, but you see, when I refresh at that time, what is there, it will display. But we want it to change. For that, actually, when you are dealing with time, we need actually timer functions. So we call them as timer events. Timer events, you will learn in JavaScript separate events concept. What is event, how they work. As of now, we have an timer event, set interval. Set interval is an event which is used to perform any task. You can give any task and you can say time interval. Then what it will do is, it will do this task at regular intervals. That means you say 10 seconds. For every 10 seconds, it will do this task. So for 1 second, for every 1 second, it will do this task. That is the ability of the timer event. So I want this task to perform every second. Every second, this current time should get the time and print it. Then we will give this to a set interval method. Set interval is a timer method, timer event. It is asking the function name, not the function calling. That means just you have to use get current time function name. You should not call the function. You have to just mention the function name. Which function? It will point towards that function. So just function name, comma. So what is the time interval? So I have to write 1000 milliseconds. 1000 milliseconds equal to 1 second. That means for every second, it will execute this function. Every second, if it is executing that function, then automatically it is going to print this every second. Then you can observe that now what will happen here is the time is ticking every second. The time is ticking every second. It is not refreshing the pages. So the time is ticking every second and displaying every second. That is through timer events and the timing options we can control that. That means you can put in this toolbar and show at the corner. So date and time that is continuously displayed in the websites, we can show that. That is through the timer events, we have to manage them. Through the timer events, we need to handle and manage this. So this is the basic approach. This is the basic approach of configuring the times and defining the time, right? So that is how we can manage the date and time values and present them. Later, so many ways we have to manage them and handle them. Actually, when you want to ask the user to enter date, select date, usually we put a calendar. From the calendar, we ask the user to select date. After selecting the date, we need to use it. So that we have to manage by using the date and handle by using the date. That I will show you, because designing calendars, all such things we do in a jQuery like concept. I will show you how to handle the date, because already we have input type date, but already we discussed that input type date, these type of options are not supported on every browser. In every browser, date picker will not come. For that, we need to learn jQuery. Through jQuery, we design date pickers and we use the date pickers for presenting and interacting with the date. So that is generally how we can work with the date types, dealing with the date type and working with the date type of value. Suppose in an object you need to store, same. So where, so product is an object. In the product object, we are displaying name. So name is some string type, and manufactured is a date. Then we have to use new date, and you need to configure the date in year, month, day format in a string form. Inside the date constructor, we need to define. That is basically the standards of configuring the date and working with the date. Based on that, lot of interactions we have to manage. Generally, websites lot depends on this date kind of functions and handle the date functions. Set interval, later you will learn in events concept more about it, because here we are just using for time, but not only time, it is used for so many other options. We have set interval, set timeout like options. So by using them, we can handle a lot of functionalities, which you will learn in events. As per the situation, just to understand how to execute any method every second. So, or every few seconds, because see, if I say 5,000 milliseconds, now what will happen is time will not take every second. So after 5 seconds, it will come, and every 5 seconds only it will change. Every 5 seconds only it will change. It will not change every second. Every 5 seconds, it will change. Every 5 seconds, it is going to execute and it is going to use. So that is how it is going to manage and handle it. So here we need to just change it to 1000 milliseconds so that it can run every 1000. That means every second it is going to display the value. Right? So the presentation, how you want for your content, you can configure that. Right? This is basically working with the date type of values. So now we have an array. So we have an object. We learned about array of objects, array of object, and we have a date. Now, one important point is uh, in the new versions of JavaScript. So we have a map type also. Map type. Already you saw array have a map method. Array have a map method. So array map method is different. Map type is different. Map type is different. Earlier we used to have a set also, but set is gone. We don't use this anymore because that is not much worthy using. Why? Because developers are not interested in that set. They better go with array only. Map is good. So this is the new. So, and in many interviews, they ask the difference between the map and objects. In the advanced where we want different collections, we have to go with this map. Actually, map is a key value collection, is a key and value collection. It is a key value pairs, key value pairs. So map is same like object. Object also key value only. So that means map is having key value, and object is also having key value. Object is also having the key and value pairs. Then obviously the difference is asked. That means in interviews they ask the difference. What is difference between a map and an object? How you configure the maps and work with the maps. So the map concept is newly available from ES5 and higher version. JavaScript 2015 and higher version onwards. So this is available. This is available. From higher versions, it is available. Now the point is, what is difference between the map and object? So the difference between map and object. So generally, let's see what is the difference between map and object. To understand clearly, let's put this here. First, when you are creating an object, let's take a page. Yeah, so here when you are creating an object, so script, so var obj, object is defined in this way. And in the object, you will have a key value collection. So we have a key value collection. That means I am defining the key and value. Now, very important, key, so and value. Key is, so that is a name. So this is name. And so here we have TV like this. Now I entered key as 101. And here I said some code, something like this. Now this is an object. This is an object. And in this object, we have a key. So one name, another key is some 101. So now we are trying to access document.write. So here obj dot 101. So 101, you can see it's not valid. We are trying to access 101, that is not valid. That means, what does this means? What does that means? What you understood by this point? What you understood by this point? So what do you understood by this point? What you understood this point? Object will allow, what it will allow? Object will allow keys of keys must always be only string type. Understood? So a number cannot be a key. So key always must be a string. So key must be string. So a number cannot be used as a key. Sometimes we need to use number as a key. Usually in our databases, we will have a primary key. The primary key will be some unique ID numbers. So we will use a unique ID number as primary key. Then key must be a number, but object will not allow. So what object allows? That means object allows. Object allows. So both key value pairs only. Object key key only string, only string. So only string. And the map key. So object key only string. And the map key. So map key can be any type. It can be string, it can be number. I will show you. So how we can use it, how we can access it. So I will show you, means how you configure the map. We will see that. Technically, so keys and value collections, generally if it is a map, usually maps are created as suppose obj is equal to new map. And into that, there are so many ways of declaring. Into the map, if you want to store any value, suppose in the map, what we are doing is we are trying to store the value into the map in this way. Suppose we are trying to store the value like an object. And here we have one. And in that, so I defined as one, I defined as Samsung TV. I am defining as Samsung TV. And another option I am defining here as two, and this is like Nike casuals. So actually that is one technique you can directly define. Now remember, so you can have both combinations. That means, for example, another object means another inside the map. It can have like TV, and it is Samsung TV. Like this, you can define. So you can configure in this way. You can configure in this way. That means it can have keys of different types. Keys of different types. So it can be a string type. It can be a number type. Later, I will show you detailed example. So suppose I want to print it obj.get. Obj.get, I'm accessing one. Obj.get, I'm accessing one. So that means when you are accessing the one. So here I haven't written any function or anything for that. So this we are not writing any function. So function f1. And still it is not complete. We need to know some more points, how we can set the values and define the values. Usually when you deal with that, you can see, so here it will show some error. The error is nothing but because the way of presenting, we have to say, it says that object is not iterable because actually map is an iterable. Iterable means you can perform an iteration and read the maps. To already you saw array have a map method. That array map method is an iterable. It will perform iteration and read all the values. That means you have to create an iterator to read the values. Iterator. That I will tell you, because here we are having a collection, then you need an iterator. If you are not having a collection, simply suppose you just define the map, and here you are using obj.set method. Into that we can set the key and value. Key is 1 and value is Samsung TV, like this. Or you can say obj.set, so key is LG, so and you can put here as LG mobile, something like this. One key is string, another key is number. You can define them. And if I want to access document.write, so obj.get, I'm accessing one. That means that is the key. Get is used to access the key. And you can see here it is accessing Samsung TV. If there is a collection of objects, we need iterators like for of iterators. I will show you that. Initially one value you can see accessible like that. Suppose object.get, this time LG, that is the string type, then you can see it gets that LG mobile. So the primary difference between an object and a property, the object and a map. So object will be allowing only string type keys. Map will be allowing any type of key and value collection. Any type of key and value collection. That is the primary, because later stages we need to use lot of options. That's the reason. And one more point is means we need our own keys. That's the reason. Another point is object have default keys. Object have default key. So map will not have any default key. It will not have any default key. It will not have any default key. Default key means actually object is having a default key internally. Default key is nothing but, suppose you are using like this, and this name is a property. Name is a property and price is a property. Actually, by default, name is not actual key. Originally, name is not key. The key will be the property. That means it will be 0 and this will be 1, like that. Originally, in the memory, it is referred with 0 and 1. So that is accessed with the reference of name and property. That means internally, they have default keys again. Every key is represented under another default key. That is object. That is complex in accessing and manipulating. To make the performance more faster and easier, so we can have our own keys. There is no default key. Whatever the key you mention, that will be used as a key. That is what actually the concept of maps. So these will improve the performance in reading and managing the data. These days in advanced programming everywhere, we use these maps collections very much instead of using a regular object every time. But objects also important to restrict to a specific type of keys. So we need to use objects. But maps, if you want to handle different types of data. Now we will see one example how we can configure the maps, read the maps, and interact with the maps in our JavaScript. That we will see in our next session. Okay. In our next session, we will discuss about how we can work with the maps and deal with the maps with example. Monday, we will discuss about that. Okay. In Monday session, we will see examples with all these concepts, some real world examples, how they are designed. Okay. Monday will continue.